Hey guys, what is going on? My name is Gordon Maston, and welcome to this week's edition of my NXT review for December the 2nd, 2015. Now, guys are gonna start to think I'm a bit crazy. I don't quite know how to correctly say this, but God, how do I? Baron Corbin. Yes, Baron Corbin, of all people, is growing on me. Yeah. What's up, people? I don't know. I got too much energy. Shit, a lot of shit's happened today. But what is going on? Welcome to NXT. Welcome to my NXT review. How are you? I am good. How about you? You too. You. We're all fucking good. We're here to talk some wrestling. Tonight's episode of NXT, as per usual, today from Full Sail University. All that good stuff. And we started the night off with the perfect, that's probably going to sound so wrong coming from a dude, but the perfect 10. Ty Dillinger, people, facing Baron Corbin. And from the outset of this match, anybody who was watching knew that Ty Dillinger was getting his ass whooped. I guess you can say the only way that it probably wouldn't have happened is if Apollo Crews came out and cost him the match again, but it'd be like to Dillinger, what the fuck? Come on, dude. I couldn't wrestle last time because you beat his ass. Now you're not going to let me wrestle this time because you went, oh, you're going to cost me. Oh, you're going to help me win this time. If I'm going to beat this big-ass oaf, I'm going to want to do it on my own. And, people would be like, what? You can't say that. Dillinger's a heel. Like, what? No. Tonight on commentary, they reaffirmed for us that because of his crowd reaction, and I'm just saying because of his crowd reaction because it seems like the most logical reason they would turn him. But I guess Ty Dillinger is a face now because Corey Graves on commentary stated that Dillinger, by the way, is now, Corey Graves is a seal of approval for anybody. If Corey Graves likes you, if Corey Graves respects you, and it's like this. Here's a chain of command with Corey Graves. If Corey Graves will shit all over you, you are a face. If Corey Graves likes you, you're a heel, because heel commentator. And if Corey Graves doesn't say anything rude about you within reason, you didn't make a stupid decision, like Finn Balor getting choked up by Samoa Joe, Corey Graves will never go off of just come off. Just go out of his way to talk shit about Finn Balor. That's not what Graves does. But, point being, he straight up came out and said he spent more time with Ty Dillinger, doesn't like the guy. Even said he needs to stop trying to make the man bun thing work. It just doesn't work for him. Okay. So, as we get into the show, Dillinger gets spurts of offense in here, not really much. I mean, he gets Corbin down, starts pounding on him, but it just came down to Corbin dominated most of this match. What it came down to was Dillinger making a mistake, making the classic little man's mistake in wrestling. It just feels like such it just seems like such the wrestling thing, where the little guy is not smart enough to know when the big guy jumps off the top, when he jumps up the top rope, to not think, especially in a crossbody or any other form, that the bigger guy's not going to catch him. The only time I can think of this would work for you is if you're doing a missile drop kick of sorts or anything else like that off of the top rope, you're never going to get caught unless someone catches your feet, which in that case you're screwed. Because I remember Cesaro, I don't know if like someone's ever tried to full thrust, do a missile drop kick, and they missed, and Cesaro caught him in a swing. Sorry, excuse me. But still, Cesaro is relatively not a big guy. So in that case, Cesaro, being the guy that I'm using just to mention here, like I said, not a relatively big guy, but my point being here, Dillinger made such a super mistake and jumped off the top rope. Excuse me, let me silence my phone. Yeah, he made such a big mistake and jumped off the top rope. Oh, and if I forget anything out of tonight's episode, I'm sorry. I wasn't able to keep notes on this thing because I was on my way back while I was watching NXT. I was on my way back from one of my friend's houses and shit, so excuse me. Oh, sports. Okay. God damn it, my sound went off. Okay, it went off. I read something and I tried to turn my sound off, and it's like, no, you're not going to turn it off. But, what was I saying? End of days, that's about it. 1, 2, 3. Call it academic from there. Okay. So, up next, we got, what was this? This was, I believe, the Dash and Dawson interview. And they were with Tom Phillips, and Phillips asked them basically about their tactics and do they think it has any consequence. Like, our tactics? Yes, they have consequence. I mean, if their consequence are these straps, oh, they didn't list these straps, but they said, I'm just paraphrasing. If they said at the consequences of these straps, then these championships have great not these championships, our actions have great consequence. And then they asked him about Enzo. Well, he asked him about Enzo Amore and Colin Cassidy, and they basically said they're nothing. Basically, they're like they talk the talk, but we walk the walk. And I just like the delivery of how they like just told everything and explained everything that they had to say to Tom Phillips was absolutely perfect to me. I know a lot of people don't like Dash and Dawson, but that's one thing to me where they get my seal of approval. Like they vote of confidence. For yours truly, on Dash and Dawson. You know. Never mind. I'm not even gonna go through this. It's a little weird to me with that tag team because their last name. One guy is known by his last name. Another guy's known by his first. Like normally, like with tag teams, it's like this guy's like Jordan and Gable last names. No, I guess I could say it's not really that uncommon because Enzo and Cass. Well, Cass is a nickname still, even though it's a shorter form of Colin Cassidy. You know, it's not even worth going through. Not even worth it. Okay, just move on. So, along with that, we basically get, an announcement that Enzo and Cass will be getting a tag team championship shot at NXT TakeOver. I still have Brooklyn in the back of my mind. Good God, London, NXT TakeOver London, and. With that being said, oh my God, I don't know why I'm yawning so much. With that being said, I'm not even tired. With that being said, we move on next. And Corey Graves, once again, not to bring Corey Graves up again, but I'm sorry, I have to say this here. He is like, next up, it's, really? She's back? You're kidding me, right? Like, you're kidding me. Blue Pants is back in it. You're kidding me. Blue Pants is back in NXT. Okay. So, well, anyways, Blue Pants is back. And up next, she faces Nia Jax. And going back to Gordon here speaking, this is where I am like, okay, I'm down with this. I think I had no real problem with it. Blue Pants came out to a remixed version of the Colin Cassidy. Ladies and gentlemen, it was just a remix of that. The crowd ate it up. Welcome back chants. All blue everything. Just awesome. Okay, now not next. Basically, this match, honestly, I'd expect the Blue Pants to get any offense at all, but she got little bits of offense in this match. You know, typical NXT enhancement talent that are going to make you look completely shitty. They let Blue Pants do a little bit here, but then when it really came down to it, Nia Jax just started throwing on some more drops and everything. And this was a good match for me because it honestly, and along with Corbin's match too, they did more. Like that's the key thing with guys like Baron Corbin and people like Nia Jax. Like Corbin, I didn't even mention it, but Corbin, in they're starting to do more. Like when I get more mic time and I get to explain how they really feel, like it just. It's taken me a while, but I'm warming up to Corbin slowly but surely. I'm not all there yet with him, but I'm warming up with him slowly but surely. With Nia Jax, it's an ever-growing process. Like I still haven't formulated an opinion yet. What she did tonight was just pretty. I guess it was smart, pretty dumb for Bayley to turn her back on her in general, but pretty smart on Nia's part for what she did. But we'll get to that when we get to that because that was before the main event. But anyways, we throw ourselves up to what was it? Okay, so yeah, Nia Jax defeats Blue Pants, and they make it evidently clear to us that she's going after the NXT Women's Championship. Now, with that being said, we move on. Oh, and for those of you who have also been hearing me say Nia Jax's leg drop is like a guillotine, thank you, Corey Graves, for taking my side again. Fan of the channel, confirmed, because he also called her leg drop like a guillotine as well. Just saying. I know Corey Graves watches me, and Graves, if you watch me, I mean, at I'm sorry, not Gmaster, Fight Master Fight on Twitter. I follow you. Just follow me back, buddy. Message me. We can converse some wrestling. Or whatever sports we're talking about here. I know you're a hockey fan. I think you're a football fan. I don't know. Just letting you know, Graves. Just letting you know. But anyways, as we move it on forward here, yonder on forward, I lost my yes. We get Apollo Crews, and he goes on to basically say that he's asked if he's concerned about Finn Balor's health going into their match next week in the main event at NXT for what do you call it? If he's concerned about his match. Oh, not his match, about Finn Balor's health. And he says no, he's not concerned. What he is concerned about is Joe and Corbin, because Joe and Corbin have to figure... He's concerned about them not making it to London, and then after that, him and Balor can figure out who really is the better man for the NXT Championship, which obviously isn't going to happen. I hate to question James Apollo, but that didn't happen. End of the day, what it's going to come down to next week is, I'm not even going to say that. I'll just say my reservations for next week on that match. But we will continue to move on. Okay, this girl is named... Okay, hold on. We'll just move to this part here. Dana Brooke and Emma are backstage, and Dana Brooke and Emma are talking about how their attack on Asuka went last week, and Asuka thought they'd run away. And they didn't. And they didn't run away. And they attacked her, and Dana's so angry that Emma let up on her. Dana just goes on to keep talking, like... Oh, if Emma wouldn't have got to her before I did, I would have. All I hear in my voice, in my brain, in the back of my mouth is That's literally what I hear when Dana Brooke manages to speak words out of her goddamn mouth. Dana, no one likes you. I'm sorry for those who have tended to grow on Dana Brooke, but it's just not me. She isn't my cup of tea. She isn't my Sunday football game. She's not my hockey team. She's not my preferred sport. She's not my... Dana Brooke is not me at all. I'm sorry. And I know I shouldn't be complaining about Dana Brooke because we just escaped what was the inevitable of an Eva Marie NXT Championship match last week, and we just escaped But Dana, just, oh God, maybe this episode would have had some even Marie on it, which I'm not asking for at all. I just want to clarify right now, I'm not asking for that because we had enough of her recently. But maybe this episode would have had some even Marie, Dana. I wouldn't have just thrown it down on you so hard. But Emma starts talking again, and all is resolved in my heart. And Emma just goes on to say, Dana, calm down. Asuka, we were not going to be pushed around. But you know what? Emma, I need you to stay back here because I have a match next. This is what I was saying. This girl here that I'm going to start referring to at, like, her name is Giano Daddio. But I think she was I think she was just going by Morgan in this match, and she was from Jersey, and I guess she was rocking the whole, you know, hip hop Jersey thing where she just came out dancing, and they just moved the camera around at all angles. Like if I'm dancing, I turn this camera around like this, and then I turn it like that, and then I turn it like this. It just did all that shit. So Emma faced her tonight, and then Emma ended up basically, you know, typical enhancement talent type jobber match. She got her little offense in, and then Emma eventually at the very end ended up just Emma lock, hit that beautiful looking fucking curb stomp she did before the Emma lock, locked it in, made her tap. There's some references that go along with that. We're not gonna go there. And Emma goes on to win. Then from there, we see a video of Asuka hitting the punching bag, and she says, "Emma, see you in London." And she didn't even hit the smile. I just know, like, this match in London 2 weeks from now is going to be a goddamn show stealer. Whew! I can't wait. I'm not gonna put this in my. And you see, oh man. You know what? We'll get to it. We'll get to it. Although, I do want to let you guys know, end of the month, I have an award show coming up. And this is going to be an award show that is going to involve a good chunk of my YouTube friends, who I hope will not soil this and make it just awful. Yes, I'm talking to all of you guys who I know I've talked to about this. Another person I would have wished to talk to about this is, if you guys don't know her, Epic Ninja Girl. She has a pretty cool perspective on wrestling, and I share the same mindset as her. And I would be hoping that she can get in on this, but it'll probably be like a last minute thing if she can, and we'll probably all have to work around her schedule as we can, and just like, oh god, it's gonna be a work in process. Like, I gotta talk to people still. But moving back to NXT. What was off here? Oh yeah, Emma match. But up next, we are shown the Vaudevillians backstage, and they're pretty serious about their match with Jordan and Gable. And like, yeah, we know they're top tier athletes, but you know what? Tonight, we're former NXT tag team champions, and we're gonna show them that, and we're gonna win this match. And then Jordan and Gable come up, and see, this is where I turned out, cause like, not turned out. I just got home and I had to get in my house and everything, so I couldn't hear all this promo. They come up, oh really? You're gonna win this match. And then they basically, I don't know what really happened from there, but they basically had a little back and forth, and I guess they shook hands. Oh, God, excuse me, I just burped. I guess they shook hands, and we progressed from there. Afterward, that's where we get the match. I just had to think about that for a second. I'm like, wait, what happened? Oh, no. We got a Sami Zayn vignette. I missed a good chunk of it. They just showed... I missed what he said. But they did show him winning the NXT Championship from Adrian Neville last year at NXT TakeOver Our Evolution. And pretty good highlight. Pretty good moment for Sami. I don't think they showed Kevin Owens powerbombing him, because that would have just soiled the moment in general. Although, if Kevin Owens was going to come back to NXT... we would have known if they would have shown that part and then just shown Kevin saying, oh, like how we just bragged about taking Zayn out and injuring him for months. But that's not going to happen. I don't know what direction they're going to go with Sami, but either way, Can't wait to get him back. Okay. So, to proceed this, you got Jordan and Gable versus the Vaudevillians. This match wasn't very long. Like it was like the Vaudevillians were obviously working as the heels in this match because Jordan and Gable are the most over commodity in NXT. That's so obnoxious. I'm sorry. I'm just so hyped up. Yeah, they're the most over thing in NXT, and it's crazy. Well, it's not really crazy, but they are the most over thing in NXT. Just give me 1 second here, guys. Yeah, so Jordan and Gable are the most over commodity in NXT. With that being said, the match is pretty good all along. I enjoyed every little bit of it. But it eventually does end with Jordan and Gable hitting the tag finisher, you know, the elevated backdrop slam into the bridge from Gable 1, 2, 3. It's all over from there. Jordan and Gable try and get a handshake out of the Vaudevillains at the end of the match. The Vaudevillains decline it and don't take it, and they walk out of the ring after the crowd was chanting chivalry. This crowd also was chanting Ready, Willing, Gable in this match, and let me just kind of say this now. Jordan and Gable, dude, when they become, I'm not saying if, I'm saying when Jordan and Gable become the NXT Tag Team Champions is going to be grand. But it is what it is, dude. So, where do we go from here? Ah, yes, Bayley's getting interviewed by Tom Phillips. And I don't know, it wasn't Tom Phillips. It was a new guy. The new interview guy, I forgot his name. He would just be known as Mr. Interviewer from at this point. I can't remember his name. But the interview guy, he basically just... he tells them... Well, he tells Bayley that Nia wants to challenge you. No, it wasn't an interview guy. And then she's like, I basically know what it's like to be, you know, the person's crawling and scratching from the bottom up. And I will, you know, I'll give Nia a challenge if she wants it. So, from there, Nia comes by, brushes Bayley off by the shoulder. I'm sorry, guys. She comes off, brushes Bayley by the shoulder, and from there, just lets Bayley just ponder over that. And she's like, I think she just asked. That's what the interview guy says, and then she's like I said, I'm willing to do it. And then I don't know what Nia tosses Bayley through. It looked like a door or a wall or something. Either way, it broke, and it looked fucking vicious. And Bayley sat there laid out, and Nia just walks off. But up next, we get our main event, which is Samoa Joe versus Tommaso Ciampa, where Tommaso Ciampa goes on to put on a pretty good fight against Joe. Either way, it was still Joe dominating. It was basically like that little kid, like it was like a match with big kid versus big older kid versus younger kid with confidence who knows he could, if he like strategically plans the fight out correctly, he can win the fight. Sorry, Tommaso, you didn't try hard enough. This match, hard, speaking of which, hard fucking hitting. Loved every bit of it. Loved how aggressive Joe was. There were some strikes Joe landed in this match that would have fucking killed me. just gonna put it there. But Joe does eventually go on to win with the Muscle Buster and the Kilkina Clutch. This was pretty fun. I enjoyed it. It was... I would have expected a little more offense out of Joe, but I guess that... Not out of Joe, out of Ciampa, but I guess it would have made Joe look a little more vulnerable, and I guess they didn't want that at all, and I wouldn't either, trying to make Joe look as unstoppable as possible, leading into his match with the champion. But you know what, that's probably going to be, well, you know, it's going to be it. I enjoyed NXT tonight. they did have a lot of progression outside of the ring. Inside of the ring, it was mostly squash matches and matches to further, to get guys a little more over, as in Jordan and Gable and Joe. But you know what? That was about it. I did enjoy tonight's NXT. What did you guys think? Remember to leave a like in the comments. Leave a like. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. Comment down below if you already haven't commented already. Like you already haven't liked already. Subscribe. Also, tell me what you thought. Motherfuckers, tell me what you thought. And all you new guys who watch this every week and haven't subscribed to the channel yet, I don't know what's stopping you. Subscribe. I get 200-some views, maybe 100. I got 427 views in each 1 week. If you're enjoying the content, obviously, and you come back every week for my view and my opinion, subscribe. And also follow me on Twitter at FightMasterFight. So that'll be it for this week's edition of my NXT review. Remember to leave your comments and blah, 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 blah. My name is Gordon Maston. That was wrestling. Thank you guys for watching it, and see ya! I hit the wrong button. Do that again. See ya!